Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Nick.
And we are gonna go into another episode of My Hero Academia. And I'm really excited, dude, because last episode was crazy. It definitely was a little bit different than what we usually see, but isn't that just the story of Season 6? A little bit different than what we usually see. It's way different from Seasons 1 through 5. And I gotta be honest, guys. I am sorry for all of you guys who may or may not have roasted me in the comments for... I just completely missed Stain. Here I was literally at that time talking about the callbacks to different characters that we haven't seen in a long time. And as I was talking about it, Stain crawls up across the screen. So I'm sorry for missing that. I noticed it in editing. But, yeah, guys... that's kind of crazy for him to be back. And of course we have a couple other characters that we haven't seen in a while come back. Muscular, Moonfish, Overhaul is one of them that I really got hyped for, but I should have gotten hyped more for Stain. So again, sorry for all that. But yeah, man, I mean, last episode was very, very different, but it was a very good episode. Of course, we got the prison break episode with Shigaraki / All for One, who's gonna break himself out of prison from the outside. That's kind of weird to say, but yeah, and now we got two of them running around with overwhelming strength. Of course, we got the Shigaraki / All for One, and we have the actual All for One with his real body. So there's gonna be two of them now. We got a whole bunch of Nomu, and of course we got the rest of the league, minus Mr. Compress and Toga, a couple others. But yeah, man, it should be insane because there's really no heroes to stop them. There's no one to stop them because they either are all injured, they died, or they just want to quit. So I really don't know how this is all going to bode because, of course, dude, even Hero Society too. The public and the media, they're starting to turn on the heroes. They're starting to say things like, you couldn't protect us from this. How could you protect us again? They got away. You didn't even stop Shigaraki. He got away. This is all for nothing. A lot of people died. A lot of heroes are out of commission now. What are we supposed to do? And now they're starting to distrust heroes such as Endeavor, of course, with what Dabi / Toya did. He revealed everything like that. So, man, it does not look good. It does not look good, and I'm really excited to see where this goes from here, because it should be very interesting, and it should be very different. But again, like I said earlier, Season 6 has all been different from the rest of the show. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to see what's going to go down.
And to make things worse, you thought All for One, a Shigaraki, a Gigantomachia, and all of the Paranormal Liberation Front, you thought that was enough? They were just like, nah, we're gonna let every villain in every prison escape.
Oh.
Especially from the Tartarus prison, right, where all the big shots like Overhaul, which was like plenty difficult for the heroes at that time, and then you also have Stain, which we saw with Ida back in that time. Way back, they had difficulty, right? I know they've grown, but still. And Muscular, which Deku went crazy against Muscular, and Muscular was pretty powerful. So you got all these big time villains now. They're out and about, and they're ready to cause them havoc. But also, not to mention probably any villains that were in the woodworks that never came out. But now they have a reason to come out because now the heroes are injured. There's nobody to protect the civilians. And now the heroes are in a really tight spot because they barely have any reinforcements that are powerful enough to do any significant, at least, or help in any significant way compared to like Midnight, compared to obviously RIP to Midnight, or Best Genius, or Endeavor, or Hawks. And Hawks is definitely out of commission for at least a few weeks. This man doesn't have wings anymore. So, it's kind of devastating for these heroes. And not to mention the only person that has multiple quirks like Shigaraki, or like All for One, right, is in a coma. So it's like, where do the heroes go from here? The civilians don't trust you. You're injured. You have like nowhere to really go. You only have that little hospital and like some other places. Really, you're stuck. You know, and also as well, like, again, a lot of people have died. Like literally, more people have died in one episode than the whole series of My Hero. Like,
Yeah.
you know how crazy that is to say in one sentence?
Yeah, more people have died off screen
Yeah.
in this single first part of this season than in the entirety of the show. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen because this season has been incredible, hasn't it? Like, it's, of course it's been different, but that's kind of been like why it's been so good. Yeah, seasons 1 through 5 were good, yeah. Especially some other parts, but I don't know, it's just there seemed to be something missing. And it seems like season 6 has brought that something out. Like, I don't exactly know what it is, but it feels complete. It feels like we're bringing it all in, like, back together. I don't even know what it is, but it just feels complete. So I'm really excited to finish off this season, yeah, but this episode should be crazy after what happened last one. So yeah, I'm just really intrigued to see what's gonna go down.
That is right, guys. It's getting pretty interesting in My Hero Academia right now, and with all the action, man, we're just getting so hyped for that. But if you guys want to see our future reactions to My Hero Academia Season 6, then make sure you guys like and subscribe. And also, if you guys want to see our future content for My Hero, then click on the notification bell to be notified when we release those videos. And make sure you guys also click the link down in the description down below of all of our socials to give them a follow. And also comment down below what you guys are just most excited about for this part of My Hero Academia. And yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 16. Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Trying to stop
Bakugo
Bakugo.
is he's trying to go see Deku. Except
Also, I'm really curious how All Might is feeling right now.
oh, Hawks. Oh, this is the video that Deku was like playing over and over and over again. From,
Right,
like,
with All Might.
episode like 1, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, we know Hawks is always idolized Endeavor more. Are we seeing Hawks' early life now?
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird choice. We haven't seen Hawks for quite a while now. Ever since, what happened with him in Twice.
So he didn't really grow up in a great household.
Yeah, well, we know he, like, was training under, like, he was basically taken and, like, trained to be a hero since he was very young, so.
This makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they took him from a home where he wasn't very well off. Okay, I can kind of see the combination of Hawks' quirk. So his dad has feathers,
Right.
and his mom can, like, control things. So the combination would be he can control the feathers.
Right.
Oh, okay. Dude.
母の頼みはすぐに叶えられる。
この子には天賦の才があります。ヒーローになるべき人間です。
Oh, and this was where he was picked up.
今後ご家族ごとこちらで全面支援させて。
Mm.
ここにおるごと見えますか。
全面支援とは高見との関わりを一切抹消し、この名前とは今日限りでさよならだ。
Mm.
君にはここで特別なヒーローとなるための専用プログラムをこなしてもらう。
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense because we know he gave up his name before, but that makes sense.
この人みたく
Yeah.
やつをやっつけるヒーローになれますか。俺を救ってくれたみたくみんなを明るく照らせますか。
ホークス
Oh, back to
Oh.
present.
寝たか死んだかわからん。もうじきつくぞ。
Dude rolling up in the Batmobile. What the heck?
That's really what I was just thinking.
セントラルの医療技術がなければ、お前はまだ死の淵をさまよっていたし、脳無から着想を得た仮死状態にする手術など、私は受けなかった。おかげで今も体はボロボロ。ダメージデニムのようにな。
Yeah, we still don't really know how Hawks was able to like get a a body for Dabi to see that looked like Vestinus.
仮死状態のあなたをダビに届けた。本物ですから何事もなくパス。ダビはあなたの死を信じ込み、そして遺体の共有保管を提案してきた。効果的な場面で遺体を使うべきだと。こうしてあなたの体は奴らの息のかかった施設で保存された。
捕まってろ。
What?
Oh,
Oh, the villains. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like you said. Now, villains that we've never seen before are going to start popping up because they're realizing heroes can't be everywhere at once.
yeah.
ファイバーファイヤー。
But they are unlucky because they're going against
Yeah.
Best Genus.
Dude, this literally is the Batmobile. What the heck?
Literally, bro.
隊長の都合により、仰々しい取り物失礼した。警察と管轄のヒーローは
Gone.
来ないよ。警察は刑務所から脱獄したヴィランたちの件で政権から批判の的にされるや否や。
ヒーローなんかいなくても。
Oh no.
わかりました。では、私のサイドキックを配置しよう。ここもか。
I mean, people everywhere are going to start distrusting heroes.
日に日に高ぶっていく。
I mean, I can't really blame them either. I mean,
Right.
like you've lived your whole life thinking heroes are untouchable, and then over the course of this last year, with Camino, All for One being captured, of course, but then the fall of All Might as a symbol of peace, and now what just recently happened, I can't really blame them.
家に怖い男の人たちが入ってきて家族のことを教えろと脅されてあなたのお父さんのことを話してしまいました。私は
Dang. That's actually like huge, actually.
Yeah, so that's how Dabi knew Hawks' real name.
Right.
やっぱ漏れるとしたら母さんだよな。
それはきついな。まるでスキニージーンズのようだ。
いえ、
Okay.
赤身の抹消は俺と母の関係が消えるということです。救うのじゃなく見限った。人を助けたいってやつがですよ。自分のやったことが自分に返ってきただけ。
Yeah.
公安は現在実質機能停止。縛るもんが
なくなった。
Is Hawks gonna go rogue?
母がそこに連れてってくれたのは、外に出たいとうるさい俺を黙らせるためだった。
Okay, they keep showing this Endeavor doll.
Yeah, I mean, Endeavor. Of course, we know he was like, really important to Hawks. So,
Right.
especially because he was the one who took down Hawks' dad.
Right.
追い詰められた時、自由を得た時って人の差が現れますよね。ブバイガーラはいいやつでした。
Twice, dude.
ともかく人の役に立とうと。
Yeah, dude. At the end of the day, Twice. Really, all he wanted to do was help his friends.
Right.
He didn't care whether they were right or wrong. He just knew that they were his friends.
Right.
I feel like that's kind of why he was one of my favorite characters, because he wasn't a villain, of course, per se. I mean, technically he was a villain, but he wasn't the same.
Right.
語った轟家の話が本当だとしても、きっと今は違う。
Right.
片付けなきゃいけないことが、まず俺の原点から
His dad
エンデバーさんが
or
困ってる。
Endeavor. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Right.
都市部はパニックに陥っていた。2日前の被害状況も把握できぬまま大量の凶悪ヴィランが解き放たれるという俺がエンデバーさんに語った噂話。全国に広がる真偽不明のノーム目撃談。真相下で人々の心を蝕み続けていた。
Yeah, just all came to a breaking point. Okay, yeah, he escaped from prison.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay, here's something I never even thought about. This might bring out a good side of people not trusting the heroes. They might actually start to fend for themselves now. And
right.
stop relying on the heroes. Because all throughout season one through up until now, it's been, oh, there's a villain, somebody call the heroes. Instead of people just saying, we can take care of it ourselves.
Right.
対ヴィラン戦闘訓練を受けていない一般市民の武装戦闘は
Ah.
さらなる被害を生んでいた。こうした事件が全国で頻発していた。
遅いんだよ。何してんだ。なあウォッシュ、何してたんだよ。
怪我人を消毒して病院にして。
ヒーローが減っていた。
旅の被害、腹を切るより他あるまい。
Oh. Yeah, see, some are quitting too.
Yeah.
ヒーロー、鎧武士
Even some of the top 10.
これに端を発し、今もヒーローを辞職する者が続出している。平和が前提にあった世の中で、一体どれだけの人間が、くしくもヒーローが意味を今一度問われている。
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
there's the man.
I didn't miss him this time. Dude, actually, you know what? This is Stain's dream. The heroes, like, people starting not to trust these false heroes, you know?
Right.
ショート君たちはとりあえず大丈夫です。あなたもなんとか一命を取り留めた。
息ができる。声がまだ聞いている。俺は生きている。
地獄で俺と踊ろうぜ。
He's got a lot to think about.
Yeah.
頼む動け。守ってくれ。
動けなかった。あの時と同じ。息子の危機を前に俺は固まっていた。ベストジーニストが告発を一部覆そうとも事実が覆ることはない。
I mean, I definitely thought that when Best Genius come out, that a lot of people wouldn't believe what Dobby said.
Right.
But I don't know.
ヒーローとしてのエンデバーは死んだ。
Ooh.
息子とは戦えない。
Oh. He's like, bruh, nah.
お父さん。
お前たち無事か。
何泣いてんだよ。
本当にすまない。すまん。遅すぎたんだ。後悔が心がもう。
心が何？
Oh, right.
Oh.
His mom.
今回も罪悪感をみんなあなたよりうんと抱えてる。
なぜここに。
話をしに来たの。うちのこと、そしてトウヤのこと。
Dude, man. Why do they have to do that? Like, why? We're actually about to learn about the past of the Todoroki family and about Toya. Like, I don't think we've seen them, like, besides in the past, all in the same room. Like, together as a family. And that's huge considering what their family has been through. So that to me, man, I'm just really excited to see that next episode really get in depth about the Todoroki family and just why I know why they broke apart, but they're definitely gonna add some things like other things that we haven't seen before. But yeah, man, dude. Also, I love the Hawks like throwback. And actually all makes sense now because we knew that he had to change his name and he, you know, was in training to become like a great hero, right? But we didn't know why, like per se, like we didn't know exactly why he was just like, oh, changing his name, this little kid. But now it makes sense. You know, his dad was a drunk. He definitely, you know, did a lot of illegal things. And his mom kind of got dragged into it. And, you know, at the end there, it was actually kind of really cool moment. Like, his mom before was like ashamed of him, and now his mom's really proud of him. So I really like that. The fact that she came to like that realization is, and that mindset of being proud of her son. But yeah, I find that very interesting. Also interesting that Endeavor was the one that actually caught his dad.
Yeah.
Kind of find that a little interesting. But yeah, he's really seems to be really obsessed with that Endeavor doll. I get he was like a huge fan of Endeavor, but I was noticing that a little bit. So there's a lot of symbolism with that, for sure. But yeah, these other villains, man, they're trying to roam around, trying to start havoc, and some of it is working because there's not a lot of heroes to go around to be able to stop these villains from attacking these streets. So yeah, man, these heroes need to get better, bro, or else this is gonna keep happening.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I finally figured out. I said at the beginning of this video, seasons 1 through 5 were good, but there was something missing, and that season 6 has brought that something. I think that I've realized what that something is. The heroes throughout seasons 1 through 5 have been sitting pretty and comfortable atop their ivory tower, and they've just been way too comfortable with how things have been.
Right.
And now that things are shaking up, and that the villains are actually gaining power, and they're actually winning, like, pretty handedly winning,
Right.
They don't know what to do. And their response is to just quit. And we even, like, some of the top 10 we saw, they're just quitting. And there's definitely not enough heroes to go around already, so for them to quit and just give up, that leaves the citizens to be like, well, why should we put any trust in you? You're not helping us. And the few that do tend to be just leaving us. So now it's actually going to start being, placed in the hands of the citizens being, all right, well, heroes aren't able to protect us anymore, like we thought. So we're going to take it into our own hands. We're going to try to protect ourselves. And that's very interesting, because that's something I never even thought of before, where they can actually, because of course, I believe in season 1, they stated that heroes are the exception to, like, the quirk rule, where, like, people are not allowed to use their quirks, for, like, safety reasons or whatever, and only heroes are allowed to protect people. Now it's going to be like, all right, well, the heroes aren't doing anything anymore, so I mean, the citizens kind of need to use their quirks to defend themselves. So now it's gonna come to that. And we saw that with, like, one of the escapees from the prisons, where he just absolutely got decimated by some regular old people.
Right.
And I really like that, how they're actually gonna start standing up for themselves now, because even I know, as I said, the heroes they've been way too comfortable. The citizens, they've been way too comfortable with how things have been. So now they're gonna start standing up for themselves and start taking charge. And that's something I really like. But what really made this episode for me, what really got me in the feels, was Endeavor. And him just... of course, over the past season or so, we've seen him take responsibility for his actions and accountability for the things he's done in the past. Saying, hey, I messed up. I'm trying to better myself and trying to fix my mistakes. Even though a lot of those mistakes just seem like they're irredeemable. But now, in this episode, we finally see Endeavor break down to the point where he's like, everything I've done has led to this point, and everything I've done has just made our family worse. And seeing him just break down like that, I don't know, man. It just kind of made me emotional a little bit, because I know, like, he's actually trying to, like, better himself now and trying to help his family and do the right thing. So I don't know, man. This episode was very good, and every time, I know we've said this so many times throughout the season, but every time I think this season just can't get better. It just gets better even more and more and more. And yeah, this wasn't a super exciting episode as far as, like, fights go, but as far as, like, story progression and character development and emotional impact, music, animation, everything except the fights. Which, yeah, the fights are cool. I like the fights. Don't get me wrong. But what really drives home a show for me is the story and the character progression. and how music interacts with that, and just so many things, dude. And that's why, like, I really love this episode. So yeah, man, I'm just really excited to see where this goes from here, because people don't have trust in heroes anymore. And the actual heroes that are trying to help now, there just aren't enough of them. So they can't really do anything. And that's without Shigaraki, or All for One, or even the League of Villains fighting. That's just regular old bandits who are coming out of the woodworks, or just prisoners who have escaped. So, yeah, man, I'm just really excited for the rest of Season 6. And I've got to say, My Hero Season 6, they have brought their A game. I definitely think this is one of the, if not the best show right now, airing right now. So yeah, man, I'm just really excited. I'm really worn out emotionally from this episode.
Facts.
But yeah, man, I cannot wait for the next episode and to see what they're gonna bring to the table. And if you guys want to see the rest of our My Hero Academia Season 6 reactions, then make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button, and click that notification bell to be notified when we release our videos. And, you know, check out all the links down in the description down below for all our social medias, and drop a comment for what you guys thought of this episode. You know, it was a very emotional, impactful episode, and a really good turning point for the story. So I'm really interested to see your guys' thoughts on this episode, or just anything you guys want to say in general. You know, we love to talk to you. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to jump into the rest of Season 6 and to see what they're going to bring. And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.